Most people my age aren't thinking about money long term, and honestly, I don't blame them. We grew up being told to just enjoy being young, go to school, and somehow everything will work out later. But the more I learn, the more I realize that waiting until adulthood to learn about money is probably one of the worst mistakes that you can make. I'm 17 years old, going into senior year this fall, and over the last year, I've completely changed how I think about money, discipline, and my future. I'm not rich, and I'm pretending to be some financial guru, but I've started realizing that learning this stuff early will change my life so much later on that the decisions I make now determine how wealthy I can become in the future. So this channel is not only documenting my journey, but also teaching other people like me, despite your age or situation, the things I learned, how to get started, my philosophies, mistakes, and how both you and I can prepare for the future before it actually hits us. My first point I want to make is about school and money. One thing that really changed my mindset is realizing how little school teaches about actual life skills. We spend years learning about formulas and memorizing information, but almost nobody teaches us how credit works, how investing works, and how debt traps people, or how money affects almost every major decision you make as an adult. And because of that, a lot of people don't start learning until they're already struggling financially. The second point I want to make is my personal philosophy. I've started thinking about money less as a way to look rich and more as freedom. Freedom to choose where you live, what career you want, and freedom to get out of any situation. The main philosophy that I live by is by making money work for me rather than me working for money. This idea changes how money affects your life now and forever. Now, it may seem like a sacrifice, but in the future, it will seem like a blessing. A lot of people chase appearances before stability with things like expensive cars, expensive clothes, and constant spending. But think about what you could do with an extra $300 a month if you just have a cheaper car. If you invested that amount every month from the time you're 20 until you retire at a 7% return rate, which is the average of the S&P 500 for the past 100 years, adjusted for inflation, then it will be worth $1,028,697.52. And that's just the price of a cheaper car payment. This is how making your money work for you will give you a rich life. I'm starting to realize that being financially stable is way more important than looking successful online. My third point is my goals. Right now, my goal isn't become a millionaire overnight. I just want to build good habits early, learning how to save, invest, and how to avoid dumb financial decisions, and how to improve my discipline. And building skills like that could actually help me later in life. Even starting this YouTube channel is a part of all of that. My main goal in life is to provide for my family, and that includes my children and grandchildren, even when they're adults. I am starting now by investing early and getting time in the market to amplify my gains to a level of freedom that everyone can live off of. My first goal that I am tackling right now is my emergency fund. I'm planning for it to be full by January next year. I do have a bit of a crossroads with my life plan going forward though. My choices are to invest in a duplex in house hack from the ages 22 to 25 and then purchase a family home where my family and I will reside. Or I can save for a down payment on a house and achieve it by 24 and live there with my family. I realize with all the stress I've gone through trying to plan out every intricate piece of my life that sometimes you just can't predict what you want. I thought I wanted to go in the National Guard, but in reality, I only saw the benefits and realized that wasn't actually something I wanted. Either way, I know that my goal to buy a house at 25 is already aggressive and very hard to accomplish. If the housing market continues to head in the direction it seems to be, then it definitely won't happen, but it doesn't mean I shouldn't try to plan. I know I'm young, and I know I still have a lot to learn, but I want to get as much information as I can out there. Everyone deserves to be financially literate, so whether you're around my age or not, and you're thinking about the future too, maybe relate to some of these videos. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my first video, and if so, make sure to drop a like and subscribe down below. I'll see you in the next one.